welcome to another new topic, necessary difference in radii for shrinkage. That is actually continuation for compound cylinders. Let us see exactly what it means. In introduction, some points we have already seen in the previous video. Compound cylinders. By shrinking the outer cylinder over inner cylinder, some compressive stresses are produced in the inner cylinder. Yes, inner cylinder is being compressed by outer cylinder, so obviously inner cylinder is subjected to some compression. In order to shrink the outer cylinder over the inner cylinder, the inner diameter of outside cylinder should be slightly less than the outer diameter of inner cylinder. You may imagine how it is possible. If the outer diameter of inner cylinder is equal to inner diameter of outside cylinder, then it will be inserted into it. But what it says is, the point says the inner diameter of outside cylinder is less than the outside diameter of inner cylinder. Then how will you insert it? By heating, right? So outside cylinder will be heated up. Then what will happen? It will expand. Then the inner cylinder will be inserted into it. After cooling, this outer cylinder will tightly hold the inner cylinder, and they will act as a single unit compound cylinder. That is what the process goes on. But I said that will be slightly less than, but that is how much? That is called as necessary difference in radii for shrinkage. So let me read the point here. After shrinking, the outer radius of inner cylinder decreases, whereas the inner radius of outer cylinder increases from the initial value. This is very easy to understand. If you are holding something tightly in your hand, what will happen? The thing which is there in your hand, the size will decrease, isn't it? Because you are tightly compressing it. The same thing happens with this. When outer cylinder is closely compressing the inner cylinder, the outer diameter of inner cylinder will shrink. So that is how much. So we are about to see that. That is actually necessary difference in radii for shrinkage. So let us get into that. We have there is actually the process we have to tell in numerical. We have Lenz's equations. If you remember, small px is equal to b by x square minus a, and sigma x is equal to b by x square plus a. These are the Lenz's equations we have. And for outer cylinder, what we have defined? Small px is equal to b1 by x square minus a, and sigma x is equal to b1 by x square plus a. Take them as equation number 1 and equation number 2. And b1 and a1 are, sorry, a1 here, b1 and a1 are constants for outer cylinder. And for inner cylinder, we have small px is equal to b2 by x square minus a2, and sigma x is equal to b2 by x square plus a2. These two are equation number 3 and 4, right? And here b2 and a2 are constants of inner cylinder, what we have already seen in previous video, right? Let us see now. The radial pressure at the junction is same for inner and outer cylinders. So whatever the pressure developed at the junction at this point, that will be same for outer cylinder and inner cylinder. That is P star. P star is same for outer and inner. P star outer is same for P star inner. So let us see first outer cylinder. Outer cylinder, how will you write? Okay, what is the radius here? The radius at the junction. We are talking about the junction, right? Junction. X is equal to R star and P is equal to P star. Let us substitute in equation 1 in this. What will you get? Here P star is equal to B1 by x square, that is nothing but R star square minus A1. Take it as equation number 5. Similarly, for inner cylinder, what we have? For inner cylinder, we have in the similar way, P star can be written as B2 by R star square minus A2 if you substitute all the values as it is. Because at the junction radius will be R star, P will be P star. That will not be changing for outer cylinder or inner cylinder. So both what the statement says is the radial pressure at for outer cylinder and inner cylinder is same at the junction. So let us equate 5 and 6. What will happen? B1 by R star square minus A1 is equal to B2 by R star square minus A2. So now I can write it as b1 by r star square. So b2 is getting here, b2 by r star square is equal to a2 minus a2 plus a1. In the next step I will write it as b1 minus b2, having the same denominator, r star square is equal to a1 minus a2. I will write in this manner, right? And take it as equation number 7. This is very important to remember. So let us leave that. Let us find out strain. The hoop strain, or we can also call it as circumferential strain in cylinders at any point. So what is that? That is sigma by E, sigma x by E plus mu into px by E. Even that is positive because they are acting in the similar direction. So that is positive even. That is not negative. And actually the hoop strain we have the increase in circumference by original circumference. That is actually strain. Strain is nothing but change in dimension by original dimension, as you know. But here circumferential strain I am saying it as increase in circumference by original circumference. That is nothing but final circumference minus original circumference by original circumference. What is final circumference? 2 pi into not r plus dr minus 2 pi r by original circumference 2 pi r. So that is nothing but 2 pi r plus 2 pi dr minus 2 pi r by 2 pi r. Here plus 2 pi r minus 2 pi r will be cancelled, and here 2 pi will be cancelled. The remaining thing is dr by r. Okay, and let us consider equations as equation 8 here, and this is 9. So equation 9 and 8 are talking about circumferential strain. So let me write it as finally dr by r is equal to sigma x by E plus mu into px by E, right? Take it as equation number 9. So from equation number 9 also I can write it as dr is equal to r into sigma x by E plus mu into px by E. So take it as equation number 9, not this. Okay. So what it says is, on shrinking at the junction there is an extension of inner radius of outer cylinder and compression in outer radius of inner cylinder. After shrinking I am talking about. After shrinking what happens is this diameter increases and inside radius of outer diameter will be decreased. That is how much. Let us see for outer cylinder. Outer cylinder, what actually we have? So in the previous slide we have dr is equal to r into sigma x by E plus mu into px by E. At the junction I am talking about, right? So I will write it as dr for outer will be r star is into sigma x by E plus mu into px by E. And what is sigma x value for outer cylinder? Sigma x is equal to what is that? B by b1 by x square plus a1. And we have px value b1 by x square minus a1. These two are the Lenz's equations, right? So let us substitute these two here. So what will happen? dr outer will be r star into, in the place of I will write 1 by E into b1 by r star square. In the place of x I will substitute directly r star, okay, at the junction, right? And plus a1 and mu by E in the place of px I will write this. So let me write it clearly. Please see carefully. b1 by r star square, because I am talking about junction, minus a1, right? So that is what we have now. And similarly, the decrease in the same way I can write this is so what happens is, on shrinking the junction there is an extension of inner radius of outer cylinder. So for this there is increase, so it is positive, and compression in outer radius of inner cylinder. For an inner cylinder there will be some compression, that is means decrease in radius. dr inner I will write it as r star in the same way, but it is minus into 1 by E into B2 by R star square plus A2 plus mu by E into B2 by R star square this is minus A2, right? That was clearly given in notes. Please download it and see. And take the equations as equation number, if you remember, that is 10 and 11. This is 10 and this is 11. But actually the original difference of radii is sum of these two. The original difference will be sum of these two. These two. Increase in outer diameter or increase in inner diameter of. So let me clearly write it as delta r. What we exactly need is necessary difference in radii is nothing but, so equation 9, so what is that, equation number 10, right? Okay, 10 plus 11. So if you add them both, we will get the necessary difference of radii. That is what hero of our topic. Okay, let us see now. Equation number 10, what is that? R star into 1 by E into B1 by R star square plus A1 plus mu into B1 by R star square minus A1 minus of R star square by E into B2 by, let me write it directly, B2 by R star square plus A2 plus mu into B2 by R star square minus A2. So that is what we have. So let me take common here R star by E from entire term. R star by E. What we get now? So that is equal to, remaining terms are B1 by R star square plus A1 plus mu into B1 by R star square minus A1 minus B2 by R star square plus A2 minus mu into B2 by R star square minus A2, right? So R star by E, I will now write it as, I will get these two terms together, B1 by R star square minus, sorry, plus A1, and this minus of B2 by R star square plus A2, and what is remaining here, plus mu into B1 by R star square minus A1 in minus B2 by R star square minus A2. So if you remember, we have a clear, remember this is nothing but the P star for outer cylinder, this is P star for inner cylinder. We have the equations what we have seen in the first step. These two, we said these two are same, so this we have equated. Now we can simply cancel that, we can simply cancel these two as these two are same, right? So now what remaining is R star by E into B1 by R star square plus A1 minus of, so I will remove the of, I will write it as B2 by R star square minus A2, right? So what will you get now? So R star by E into B1 minus B2 by R star square plus A1 minus A2, right? So again this value is there from equation 3, I think. So there you can see, so from this we have got this conclusion, that is B1 minus B2 by R square is equal to A1 minus A2. That is equation number 7. So recheck. So this is equal to A1 minus A2 from equation 7. So now I'll substitute that R star by E into A1 minus A2 plus A1 minus A2. So that is R star by E into 2 times A1 minus 2 times A2. That is, I will write it as final equation 2 R star by E into A1 minus A2. That is what we need, necessary difference of radii. We need to find out a1 and a2 from the outer and Lehm's equations by solving Lehm's equations. I hope you have understood. The clear in a very detailed manner, step by step, was given in the notes. Please download it and see it. Okay. Let us, if you have understood, let us now see, go for a problem now. A steel cylinder of 300 mm external diameter is to be shrunk over another cylinder of 150 mm internal diameter. After shrinking, the diameter at the junction is 250 mm and radial pressure at the common junction is 28 Newton per mm square. Find the original difference in radii at the junction. Take E is equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. Let us write the data first. So we have given the 300 mm external diameter, the steel cylinder of external diameter is to be shrunk over another cylinder. That means they have given outside radius of outside cylinder. This is outside diameter of outside cylinder. This is what they have given to us. Then can you tell me what is the radius? R2 will be 300 by 2, that is 150 mm, and shrunk over another cylinder of 150 mm internal diameter. Shrunk on this cylinder which is having internal diameter 150 mm, diameter 150 mm. So what is the radius? R1 150 by 2, that is 75 mm. After shrinking, the diameter at the junction is 250 mm. So radius at the diameter at the junction is 250 mm. So what happens to radius here? 250 by 2, that is 150, sorry, 125 mm. And radial pressure at the common junction is, that means at this point the radial junction is given as, radial pressure is given as 28 Newton per mm square. So we need to find out the original difference in radii at the junction in order for shrinking. So we have Young's modulus as 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. So how can we find out exactly? So delta R, what we have is in the the final equation as 2 times R star by E into A1 minus A2. So we have everything. R star we have, E we have. We need to find out A1 and A2 here. So how? Let us see. For outer cylinder we have Lehm's equation. What is that? So outer cylinder we have Px is equal to A1 by, sorry, B1 by R square, B1 by X square, let me say, B1 by X square minus A1, and sigma X is equal to B2 by X square minus A2. Right? We need actually this. Right? For outer radius of outer cylinder, so we have to apply the boundary conditions now. Boundaries. Boundaries of outer cylinder, one is its outer radius, one is its inner radius. So at X is equal to outer radius R2, that is how much? 150 mm. And what happens to Px? That will be 0, atmospheric pressure. So now let us substitute these two in equation 1. This is 2, equation 1. What will happen? So 0 is equal to B1 by, in the place of R I will substitute 150 square minus A1. Now I can write it as A1 is equal to B1 by 150 square, or otherwise I can write it as B1 is equal to A1 into 150 square. Right? Take it as equation number 3. Remember this, take it as equation number 3. And boundary, one boundary is over. Now we have to find out another boundary at this point. So inner radius of outer cylinder, inner radius of outer cylinder. So what happens at inner radius? X is equal to R star. So that is what is R star given in the question? 125 mm. And P is equal to P star. Px is equal to P star, that is given in the question as 28 Newton per mm square. Right? So let us now substitute in equation 1. So Px is equal to B1 by X square minus A1. In the place of that I will substitute this. 28 is equal to B1. B1 is how much? Sorry, B1 is, B1 we need to find out uh, x square is 125 square minus a1. So take it as equation number 4. So we have to remember these two equations. Let us leave them and let us again find out for inner cylinder. Inner cylinder. Yes, for inner cylinder what we have? Px is equal to bound. We have Px is equal to b2 by x square minus a2. So we need only this. No need to find out sigma here. So if you write it here, what exactly the boundary conditions here? Boundaries of inner cylinder. So one is inner radius at x is equal to r1. That is r1 is how much? R1 in the question is given as 75 mm, and P will be 0 because there is no fluid inside. We are talking about only empty compound cylinder for shrinking, right? So let us substitute in this. What will happen? 0 is equal to B2 by, in the place of x I will substitute 75 square minus A2. Take it as equation number 5, right? And one more boundary is there. Another boundary at outer radius of inner cylinder, that means at r star. So x will be here r star and p will be p star. Let us substitute these two in this equation. So what will you get? So in the place of px I will substitute p star. P star in the question is given as 28 Newton per mm square. So I will directly substitute 28 is equal to b2 by r. R star is given as 125. R star is given as 125 square minus a2. Take it as equation number 6. So we have two sets of equation now. Equation 3, equation 4 should be solved, and to find out a1 and b1, and equation 5 and equation 6 have to be solved to find out a2 and b2. That solution is clearly given in the question. As of now I will give you directly the constants, the values of the constants here. So a1 value we have 63.63 and b1 value we have 143181.18, and here a2 value is, a2 value you have to get it as minus 43.75. That will be minus because it is under compression. These are all inner cylinder, right? Inner cylinder is compression, so you will get the constants also in negative. B2 is minus 246093.75. So of course we know we don't need the values of b1 and b2. Just for your verification I have given to you. And we need a1 and a2 values because we need to find out the final diameter, final in shrinkage in cylinder. So that is nothing but delta r is equal to, we have the final equation, 2r star by e into a1 minus a2. If you have a1 and a2, that's enough. So 2 into r star is 125 and Young's modulus is given at 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square, into a1 is 63.63 we have, and a2 is minus 43.75. So minus of minus 43.75. So ultimately the value is 0.13 mm, 134 mm. So ultimately the difference in radii, necessary difference of radii is 0.134. That is not 0. There should be a difference in radii, radius of outer inner radius of outer cylinder and outer radius of inner cylinder. That difference in radii is 0.134 in order to fit it correctly. I hope you have understood what is exactly the concept of necessary difference in radii for shrinkage. So if you have any doubt, please contact me, and here it is your work. And this is another model of problem I have given to you. So that solution, similar solution is given in the notes. Please see that and solve it. And this is very similar to that, not, this is exactly similar to that question. The only values were changed. Still, if you get any doubt, you can contact me personally. I'm very happy to clarify your doubts. So here let me read the question. A steel tube of 240 mm external diameter is to be shrunk on another steel tube of 80 mm internal diameter. After shrinking, the diameter of junction is 160 mm. Before shrinking on, the difference of diameters at the junctions was 0.08 mm. This is difference of diameters was given, not radii. See here. Calculate the radial pressure at the junction and hoop stresses developed in the two tubes after shrinking on. Take E is equal to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. The problem solution is little bit lengthy, but it is very easy. Using the same Lenz's equations and solving them. And finally, you have to find out the constants, and also you have to find out the radial pressure they are asking for. Please see the solution in the notes. Try on your own first. So if you cannot get it, see the notes. Still you cannot get it, just contact me. Thanks for watching.